Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Moonward Games, where we're going to be answering a couple of the questions that you guys have submitted. Luckily, we have respawned back where we started from because we didn't go to sleep, and I was feeling very worried about that.
Yeah, that
But
would have been a tragedy
here
if we
we
were just
are.
back at spawn.
I know, because I feel like we've come so far, and we've come to this place where we're gonna kick on, basically.
Yeah, yeah. I think priority one for
And
me is to get some beds so that
oh my
we don't
god,
have that
oh
fear
my god,
anymore. Oh yeah, you can't stand on those blocks.
oh wow, what is it?
They're like magma blocks or something. They hurt you.
Ah.
No fun. No fun for anyone. You have a bed, right?
Yes, I do have a bed. So I can just put that on this dirt floor and just I'll
On our
do.
lovely dirt floor. All right, my
We'll
respawn
we
point
will
is
build
set.
something.
No, yeah, it looks. Yeah, no, it's good. It's homely. It's cozy.
Exactly. Like, everyone has to start from something.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
we did get the question on what are we? Like what are our skins that we're using?
True, true.
And I don't think that well, obviously I'm Ron Weasley. The
Obviously,
one and
obviously,
only.
everyone knows.
Of
Everyone knew that.
course.
Take the
Red
take
hair.
take the tunic off so you can see the
Oh, right, right. Oh, I
yeah,
forgot I had that. Oh, yeah.
the
See?
the little
Red hair.
the
Hand me
Ron
down
sweater.
robes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about the tunic.
yeah.
And yeah, George, what are you?
I'm a sloth. This is an old skin. I've had this for many years,
Excellent.
and it's nice. But I don't think there's
All
any
right,
further
well,
explaining that needs to be said there.
just I am a sloth.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, look, there's this massive down here. Just hole.
What?
Oh my god. Look, where are you?
Wow, that is quite a big
Should I
hole.
jump?
No,
No,
no.
that water will
I
not.
don't think you should. Even this
Whoa, and
is
then
like
look at this. This goes
oh,
down
there's a
super
skeleton.
deep.
There's a skeleton in there.
Oh god. Alright.
He's just chilling.
Abandoned ship.
And there's a big lava pool. Yeah, we did pick an interesting place, didn't we?
I know, it's actually quite horrific here, but anyway, beggars cannot be choosers, as they say.
Yeah.
So, last time that we caught up, we definitely went on a couple of tangents about software and all that sort of stuff, and we didn't really get to the questions that we had been asked. So today we would really like to dive into some of those questions a little bit more, and talk about a couple of things that are happening right now in the world,
Yes, more
and
topical
particularly in
stuff.
Australia.
Yeah.
Mm. So I think that we have a question here from someone who's asking, when is it an appropriate time to like go to an app developer with your idea? Like when is it too early? Like when is it too late? Which is a really great question.
Yeah. So I think it depends a lot. I know a lot of people, people are constantly having ideas, right? Especially when it comes to software.
Mm.
Oh, this would make a good app. This website needs to happen. How is this not a thing? Um, and the answer is sort of it depends who you work with. A lot of developers take different approaches. Some will be very heavily involved in like fleshing out your brand, your design, your idea, and making sure that it sort of delivers the best product to the user as possible. And others will be more interested in sort of just taking what you have and just making it a thing. And that's kind of it. They won't give anything extra to how they think the process should actually work, especially seeing as they're the ones who have all the tech expertise. Like they usually would have the best input on that sort of stuff.
Mm. I think it really depends as well, like on what sort of, as George said, like what sort of experience you want. Because I think it depends, like if you're looking for, if you feel that, you've nailed it all down, you're feeling really, really good about your idea, you feel it doesn't need any more fleshing out and stuff like that. Like, for example, you might have an established like product or something like that. You might be just looking to go digital. Then it's like, something that you could definitely go a little bit like later in the picture with.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, obviously if you're looking to do something that's a little bit crazy, and a little bit adventurous, it's always good to like think through those ideas a little bit more,
Yeah.
with the help of someone.
Yeah, especially if you come from like a non-technical background, as like a lot of businesses these days who, like you said, are like trying to go digital. It always helps to get like the insight of the people who sort of make it happen. So I guess like, answer is it depends, but generally like as early as you want.
Did I just hear a zombie?
That sounds
What?
very
Are
low.
we like, oh my God, where are we? Like, because honestly, in this house, I'm like hearing things. So I feel like we're like literally right on top of something, and there's just all these caverns
Yeah, I feel like there's probably
everywhere.
a very big cave beneath us. So I'm gonna look into that now. I think we get a couple fundamentals set up.
I just like we're in just such a random place. Like it's honestly, it's a lot.
It is a lot. It is definitely a lot.
Wait, what? Isn't it iron pick? What's that?
Just
Is that
made
just
just made an iron pick.
what? Where'd you get the iron from?
I think it was in one of those chests that we looted on one of those like little ships. Remember, because
I'm
I made
sure.
the shears last time.
Yeah. I'm just like looking out over all of this water. It's just so crazy. It's almost like daunting. Like, where do we start? Like, with Minecraft, do we just go straight into the mine? Like, it's just been so long.
That's what I usually do. Wow, there's another like big ravine down here. Look at this.
Yeah, well.
Maybe that's where
Maybe
I'll
I
go.
should. What time is it? What time is it? Okay, I'm jumping down here. Going on an adventure.
You say you spawn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Coal.
Yes, I'm gonna come down there, I reckon.
Oh, exciting. So something that we've actually just recently put together a blog on as well is the whole Optus situation.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of media out there, and there's definitely like not a lot of details that are super clear. But definitely like from a developer's perspective, George, because obviously this is like a massive. I mean, what do you know about it?
I know, it's hard to tell exactly what went wrong, right? Because, Optus is never going to share the full details of what went wrong because, one, they don't want to look bad, and two, they don't want to breach their like systems even further than already have been. So they're not going to give us much information. All we really have to go off is the word of these, supposed hackers that we think who, could be claiming to be anyone. But that being said, from what we've heard, it sounds less like it was a hack and more or like a sophisticated hack. You can define a hack all day, but it sounds more like it was just a massive oversight on Optus's part in their systems.
Yeah, and I think that like it's good to understand like, what is the difference really between like what, I know that there's a lot of movies out there and stuff like that where people hack into systems and, like James Bond and all of those sorts of things as well, which I think is like, what people think of when they think about someone like actually hacking into their systems.
Yeah.
And I know that the Minister of Home Affairs, I'm pretty sure, Claire O'Neill, she is saying that, this is not a sophisticated hack. It's actually, as you said, like a massive oversight on the team at Optus.
Yeah. I think this analogy's been used sort of to death, but like it's true. They did, from what it seems like, they did just leave their front door open. And not even that, they left it in a way that really like anyone could get everyone's data if they just put enough time into it, which these people did, or resources more than time.
Yeah. There is so much coal down here, and there's just like a glowing sign, which like always kind of freaks me out a bit.
Yeah, I think it's the
And
like vines. I don't know why they glow, but it always, yeah, I don't know. It always makes me think there's something special there, but it's just these like vines.
Okay, well, I have got lots and lots of oh wow, I'm used to the Stardew controls. Got lots and lots and lots of torches, so that's cool.
Yeah, I've got lots as well.
Surprisingly no critters as of yet.
Yes, let's keep it that way. I don't have a sword on me. It's an oversight on my end.
Oh my god, look at how massive this is.
So I'm just addicted to mining coal right now. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, it's pretty good. I wonder if it goes like much deeper.
It goes down this way as well.
Oh, cool.
It's weird how these like vines glow away.
I don't know what the copper is actually used for. Like, I keep seeing it, but it just seems kind of worthless to me. Oh, there's iron, lava, more iron. Kind of.
Oh, cool. Hello.
I kind of want a sword. I don't have my iron on me. That was foolish.
What is this block here? This. Where have you gone? Oh, okay. Don't worry.
Which block?
Don't worry. I just destroyed it. I think it was like some crap.
Do you have any wood on you?
I do.
Can you make a crafting
Where
table?
are you, sir? Yes, I've got one. I have a crafting table and mini carrots. Where have you gone?
Oh, around, just throw it down.
The
You got carrots.
crafting table. Okay, I'm intrigued. There is a lot of interest. Okay, I definitely saw iron down here, so I'm gonna go and
go grab
get that and make myself a nice iron pickaxe. Can I mine iron with wood?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna go make a stone. Don't touch my iron.
You can certainly try. No one's gonna stop you from giving it a red hot crack. Yeah, so I think the Optus situation is pretty intense. When I first like sort of heard about it, I was like, you know, passwords will be encrypted. Like most people's, despite them knowing it, most people's email and mobile numbers are like out there anyway. So like it from my perspective, it like wasn't, even though it's like a massive hack to a huge organization, it like wasn't that big a deal for me. Like as an Optus customer, I like wasn't really worried about it. But it sounds like they got some more critical information, stuff around like driver's licenses and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so I think like obviously like the nature of the Optus subscriptions, you know, which I think is like, it's not unusual to have this happen. Like we've definitely had, well, it's unusual to be hacked, but I'm talking about the 100 points of ID that's needed.
Yeah.
Is not like super unusual.
Yeah.
Like we've definitely made apps before, especially like with renting and stuff like that. Like you do need those sorts of, you know, points of ID in order to grab, you know, the details from people.
It's the same with and like payment services. You need, if you want to accept payment, you need to give like quite a few details. Like a good example would be PayPal. If PayPal got hacked, despite, you know, remove all the like actual, you know, credit card numbers and stuff like that, because that is securely kept with the bank. It's more about like the like you saying the ID, like the proof of identity kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like obviously having that means that there's people who are at risk of, you know, identity fraud, which is, I think, what is really, really scaring a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I know that Optus is like, they're giving out like, you can go and get a new driver's license like on them, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Seems like such
a hassle. So if you can like, such a hassle. Something that I was talking to Anthony about actually, which could be quite interesting, is like, having online driver's licenses,
Yeah.
For the future.
Yeah. Well, I used to work in government. It is definitely something that they've been talking about for a long, long time. But as you can imagine, like there's so many systems that rely on how licenses are kept right now that would need like a big overhaul. So I think it would be great, like honestly, but with how slow government moves and how many people it's got to go through, how many officers and stuff like that, it's going to be a slow burn for sure.
God. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to surface again. I just... Where am I?
I do kind of want to head back a little bit, but I am slightly lost. I think it's this way.
If you're lost, then I'm lost. Like, it's over for me.
I'm seeing so much iron, though. Just getting sidetracked. Oh, there's more.
I'm just gonna follow the lights.
Hansel and Gretel.
Here
yeah, I remember
go.
putting this thing down. Yeah, we're back. Excellent.
Is it night or day? Dead end.
I'm out of sticks.
I feel like this cabin is just so perfect. Like we've really stumbled across something great here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's nice not having to go and like mine out everything yourself.
Okay, well, I just went on the biggest loop. Oh my god.
I think it's like...
She is last.
I think it's early morning or it's about to be night. I can't tell which. I think it's early morning. Just gonna go back and grab some wood and then I'll be back down, I reckon.
Whoa, okay, what is happening? Honestly, this is so crazy. So I am trying to get it out. Okay, no, hang on. I think I found it. I was honestly like, those like loops that like people go on and like they just get stuck in this like loop forever. That's honestly what I was on.
Yeah. You put doors in a house, it's very nice of you. It just saved me.
I know. Now we don't have to die. Things don't have to walk into our house and kill us. Yeah, so Optus, crazy times.
Yeah.
I think that like as more information comes out, we'll obviously like learn the full extent of what's happened. Something that I was talking about, with Anthony, and oh my god, there is so many spiders here.
Yeah, those things aren't going away either.
Why? Oh my god, they're chasing.
Yeah, they just chill. They just the sun means nothing to them. They just hang out. That's the worst.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back into the mine. I think I'm gonna go down because I feel like we went down a side route. I'm gonna go down the big cabin.
Okay.
Like the main one.
Yep.
Like as you walk in.
Alright, I'll come with you. It'd be great if we could find diamonds. That would be very fun.
I know, like if we could find diamonds, from literally just finding this this cabin, that would be so great. Oh my god. Do you have a sword?
Yeah, I made one. We're all good. We're all
I have
Gucci.
nothing.
You have nothing?
I need to make myself a sword.
Just stand there and watch, I guess.
I guess that's just
Moral
what's gonna have
support.
to happen.
Not really much here. There's like a little hole back this way.
Well, I really thought this was gonna be it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I guess like you were saying, we'll cover more of the Optus stuff as more information gets out, because essentially, like what happened to Optus is like the kind of tools we work with every day. Like it was an exposed API, and we're writing APIs for all our apps every day. So like, there's great learnings, I guess. And if you see it can happen to Optus, it can certainly happen to anyone. Um,
Yeah, and I think that something that could be good to touch on is, like a couple of like developer things that has actually happened, because I know that a lot of people are focusing on, the outcome of like what's happening with Optus, and like, the what's um like the potential risks for all of its users, but it could be good to like, cover like from a developer perspective, like what that means, with like the unique IDs and all of those sorts of things as well.
yeah, yeah. So I guess to like talk about sort of how it happened a little more. It was basically the the reason or the fault from Optus was sort of two pronged. One, they had this like front door open, like I mentioned before, which is a big problem. Like you definitely don't want to just like have that available to the world. Um, but
Mm.
what this API also, I found this like little purple cave thing. You should come have a look at this. Um,
Oh my God.
what that
Where are
meant,
you? Where
what
are
that API that was open actually did was get a user's details, but it just gets one user's details. And for that, you need the user's ID. Normally,
you?
in like a modern um, well-structured system, those IDs would be uniquely generated, like semi-random IDs, essentially. Very random. They're like the chance of those two IDs ever being the same is minuscule. I think it's 1 in trillions. But anyway, you either do that or in Optus's case, they had them sequentially. So maybe Gabe can do some nice little editing here and like show them on screen. But one, I just made his job worse. One would be, the sequential route is like user one, their ID is one, user two, their ID is two, and it just goes on forever. Whereas with a UUID or like a unique ID system, user one's ID might be 74589XB4, like something like that, and we can put like a real UUID on screen. But
Yeah.
that's
Thanks, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe. That's like that was the problem, right? Because what the hacker needed to do to get access to this information was also, you see these like the like blocks that have an X on them, like this one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we need to break, I think. Pretty sure we want to break all of
Really?
these. Yeah.
Okay.
I did find one of
Why?
these in our other world, but like I can't. It didn't really do much. I don't know if there's like more to it that I'm missing.
I feel like I've just got so much amethyst now.
Is that what this stuff's called? Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, amethyst.
See if we can do anything with it. So what the hackers had to do, instead of having to guess or like try and find these like unique IDs that could have been like anything and would have been much more secure, all they had to do was count. So they go, okay, I want user 3000. They get user 3000. I want user 3001.
Yeah.
They get user 3001, and that goes on, with a little script they'd write, and they'd just get as many users as they wanted, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so that was like the second fault in Optus' system here.
Yeah, because I think that and we've definitely, written scrapers and stuff like that before. I'm not saying that this would be like a scraper situation, but it's easy enough to, as you say, write a script to just call on things, especially when they're in like a sequential order.
Yeah.
Because you could literally just be like, okay, I'm gonna take, as I said, 10 million users, and if they just go up simply in like a really logical form, then that's how easy it was for them to, hack the system, basically.
Yeah, exactly. If those had been UUIDs, then the only thing the hacker could have done is like try to guess them, and they could have written a script for that too. But like, we're talking about maybe hundreds of users of data as opposed to thousands, millions, whatever they got out of Optus.
Yeah, 10 million.
10 million, yeah,
I believe. Yeah, well, they said that they had access to 10 million people, and they're gonna leak like 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that. So yeah, it was. I mean, you never want to leave it open. That's like the biggest red flag for me, is that they had that API open for anyone to just call. But yeah, having the sequential IDs was sort of the icing on the cake that let this all happen.
Yeah.
Where's my pickaxe?
I feel like the purple room. Thank you. I've been in there. I'm just so fascinated by this cavern. Have we ever been like this lucky before? Like to
Pretty
find
nice,
something
eh?
like this?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I think that's all the Xbox. It didn't really do anything. I thought it like
Yeah, like
spawned
is it
a
supposed to?
little thing, but maybe not.
Okay, fascinating. There's so much iron down here as well.
Yeah, I'll come
So
down there. Like, oh, okay, I found one more. Is this it?
We could probably build like a house out of amethyst just to like be extremely bougie.
Yes, we have the option now.
I know. Usually I like to go for the old brick, but here we are.
Gotta mix it up. Can't do the same thing every time.
Exactly. Opportunity has presented itself.
This is so weird, this like little cave. It's very like structured. You don't see this kind of stuff super often.
Just spooky. And there's so many. Oh, what does it mean when there's like the roof is leaking?
It just means there's water above it.
Oh god.
And if it's like
Okay,
leaking lava, then there's lava above it.
And what I'm surprised is that I just have like not found that many critters down here.
Yeah, I just ran into a creeper, but that's pretty much the first thing I've seen. And this like very weird like hole in the wall. If I was claustrophobic, I'd be having a very bad time.
Another thing that's happened recently is and I only know this because I'm talking about this with the designers a lot, is Adobe. And I don't know if I'm sure that Adobe is like super familiar to a lot of people. Like, you know, one of their biggest products would be Photoshop.
Yeah.
Which, you know, everyone uses to edit themselves and to, you know, take out any blemishes and all of those sorts of things. But they also have a whole host of different products as well. So they have Adobe XD, which is something that we use in-house. And that's like for designing like prototypes and wireframes and stuff like that. So it's a really awesome product. And then there's also InDesign, which is good for, you know, like magazines and print and all of those sorts of things as well. So they've got like a whole host of different products, like from video editing and all of those sorts of things. So basically what was happening is that they were sort of new to the UI UX space. Like Adobe XD is not a very old product at all. Like I actually remember when it, you know, first came out and I started using it and stuff like that. So they recently, you know, well, maybe in the like last 5 years or something like that, got into the XD space. And there was only really one or two other like major competitors in their space. And the biggest one was Figma, which is again just another oh god, okay, oh my god, run. Oh no, it's a zombie. George, he's coming towards us, run. I have no sword. I need to make a crafting
you need to get a
table,
sword
actually.
going. Gotta be able to defend yourself.
I know. Not that I'm very good at it anyway. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Put this crafting table down.
This is so weird. I don't know like what this it's like biome or whatever it is called. I'm also kind of low on food.
I've got here. You can have half of my bread.
Wow, how kind.
Where are you?
I'm coming.
I'm gonna take this crafting table as well. Ah, here you are. So anyway, back to my story after I got distracted by my food situation.
By the zombies.
There you go. Oh, it's very dark all of a sudden. Yeah, so Figma was the main competitor, and I know that definitely, you know, when we're interviewing people, when we're working with other designers, picking up other, you know, projects and stuff like that, we always, it's either Adobe XD or Figma. So literally just a few days ago, Figma was acquired by Adobe by Adobe. Oh my god, you're dead. Oh god.
I don't even
I'm
know.
running.
My HP disappeared much faster than I thought it would. It's okay.
I'm running.
Gonna make it back. I must redeem.
I've just gapped it.
Wait,
Anyway, they were
stay like
acquired.
close so I can find it still.
Okay. I'll just continue on my story then. They were acquired for $12 billion. Crazy money.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild. It's a lot of money. Wish I was Figma right now.
I wish I was Figma. But I think that that really, like, you know, goes to show the value of some of these software companies, like all the value that a lot of these software companies can hit. Like, it is really crazy numbers.
Yeah.
As well.
I think you'd be very surprised by a lot of the sort of the value of things in the tech industry. Uber is like a really classic example. Uber actually, you know, now it's become the most popular rideshare, or like, you know, sort of innovated the whole rideshare premise. It is the most popular rideshare, and also has branched out to like food delivery. So like massive, you'd expect. Uber actually operates at a loss.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're not that deep down. That's good. So like, you know, you look at that, and then you hear about a company you know never heard of, Figma, probably, unless you're like very much in the design space, being acquired for $12 billion, and it's sort of like a weird mismatch.
And like something that I always like to. Oh, he's still there.
He is still
he's
there.
Angry.
You want to fight him for me?
I'm coming up behind him.
Just let me...
Death.
I left you.
Kill. He's like chasing you. He doesn't care about me. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. No. All I've got is.
No, die.
Oh god.
I got you.
Oh no.
Okay. Woo, we made it. Oh,
wow.
Got any of that
stress?
Any of that bread spare?
Yeah, I do. There you go, pal.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, and actually the Adobe Figma one is quite interesting because the main difference between those two products was like, or is accessibility, right?
Yeah.
Adobe is like a more premium, like marked version. If you've ever looked into like getting Photoshop for yourself, you'd know that it's like it costs a sizable amount, and even more so as you get deeper into the Adobe suite and start buying like all these extra products. But Figma,
I know, it is
oh
so
my
crazy.
god.
What?
I am probably dead here.
I found gold as well.
Have you seen what's that movie where the guy gets stuck, like he gets his arm stuck in between two rocks?
Yes, 127 hours.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Oh god.
Yeah. So Figma was more like the accessible option, I guess. A lot of people, especially you know, students and freelancers and stuff like that, would opt for Figma because they could like, you know, afford it, use it on a regular basis and stuff like that. So it's very interesting that sort of option gets taken away by the premium of the market.
Exactly. I think that that's definitely like what I've heard a lot more of is, you know, people who actually use Figma and they're just like, oh my god, does that mean that it's going to go up to the Adobe prices? You know, am I going to be expected to pay, like, I know that from our personal experience, like it's maybe like $100 a month or something like that, you know, for just one product with Adobe, which I can understand, like, if that's something that you work with every single day, like the value is there, but it can be really tough, for students and for people who are just freelancing. So it's just going to be interesting to see, like, what happens in the market. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was another competitor basically that
Someone that's going to rise
comes
up,
up.
yeah, and take Figma's
Yeah,
spot.
exactly.
Well, it depends what sort of Adobe plans to do with Figma, I guess, at this stage, because we don't know. It's all sort of speculation. I would assume that they're going to like try to heavily monetize it as well. Probably not as much as their, like the Adobe Suite products. I don't think Figma is going to become an Adobe Suite product, but yeah, it's very interesting to see what's going to happen with that.
And I think that it's always interesting, to see how much these companies are valued at. As you said, like, Uber actually runs at a loss. Like, how can they justify having their valuation, which is, billions of dollars worth, as well.
Yeah, it's insane. Uber is like obviously a massive service that all of us use and like incredibly useful. Turns out it's very expensive to run that sort of service for people, and there's lots of problems because it's so you know user focused. I suppose like we're very much relying on the drivers doing everything correctly, and then the people receiving orders or going places being honest about it. Because essentially, anytime anything goes wrong, the fault like has to go onto Uber. It doesn't go on the driver. It doesn't go on the user. It has to go to Uber, and because of that, they make a very big loss.
Yeah, and I think that it's actually interesting to see that, I know that a lot of these companies place the value on the users, of the product, and that's where these like really high valuations can come from, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a zombie behind you.
I'm thinking it might be time to get out. I'm out of food again. We got a good haul. It's probably time to leave.
Yeah, I agree.
As much as I want to continue exploring, probably is time to leave, I'd say.
I've only got 2 bread left, and now I've got 1.
Yeah, I'm running on nothing.
I'm just gonna follow you because I feel like you would know where to go.
Think very highly of me. Let's see if I can follow through.
I feel like my sense of direction is very poor.
Look, I'm kind of just following the torches, to be honest, and trying to like see if I remember things. There's a creeper behind you.
Oh, run! Excellent. Grab that gunpowder.
Yeah, keep it away from Rhett.
Yeah, I definitely think that the value is in the users, which is, kind of loops back really nicely onto the Optus situation as well.
Never mind.
Excellent.
That.
Oh my god. All I have is a wooden sword as well. Like, I have so much iron, but I just...
Yeah.
I have nothing. I'm like, we need to surface.
We do need to get out. Is this a dead end? Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean we can just mine up if we're feeling lazy, but
oh my god. Run. Oh my god, help.
Hey, you killed it.
Where have you gone now?
Nice. I might just have to eat some
I feel like
flesh.
You're gonna eat rotten flesh.
Yeah, I might have to. It might come to that. That's all I'm saying. And if you see me do it, just don't judge me.
All we need to do is get back to that big cabin, and I think we'll be sweet.
Yeah, agreed. I'm hoping this is the way.
Oh gosh.
Or is this taking us in deeper? I can't tell. Oh wait, I think this might be it.
This is it. I think. I remember this like dodgy little path.
Freedom.
Excellent. Look at us.
Then we need to sort out some food, so we might need to get some of those animals together.
We might need to go murdering.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Okay. Oh, dead end.
Yeah, I think this is
wow.
just like
You're
a...
just.
How do we get up? Over here, probably? No?
No.
It's not looking too hot.
Yeah, things are looking pretty desperate right now.
I would say bleak, yeah. It's alright. A little bit of iron on the way out. Can't hurt. I think it's this way. We're just gonna have to build up because we would have jumped down a little bit. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think you might be right.
Yeah, over here maybe.
This way?
Do you have any blocks? I have some that aren't our
Yeah,
lovely
I've got,
amethyst.
There you go. Just drop some cobblestone. Did you get it? Yeah.
No. Wait, did I? No.
Okay, well.
This is the way out. Good luck.
This is? Oh, great. Thanks.
You good to build up?
Let me just... I will reuse these blocks.
Smart.
To build myself out of here. Gosh. I'm never good at this building up situation. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're out. We're out.
Free.
I'm
free.
Freedom.
It's raining too.
So we literally just jumped down there and broke our legs, basically.
Yeah, I think so. That's alright. Builds character.
I think that, you know, the situation with Uber, the situation with Figma, I really am interested to see, you know, where Canva goes to, because Canva kind of replicates a lot of things that Adobe does at a much lower price point, and it's actually a lot easier to use, because Adobe, like, a lot of the time you actually need, you know, to like have a degree and stuff like that in order to use the Adobe products, but Canva is a lot easier for people to just pick up and start using, which is, you know, pretty interesting.
Yeah, and Adobe have definitely like designed their products that way, especially like the Adobe suite. They're all sort of like not super easy to get into, but like very, very useful, I guess, at like a wide scale. And they have all these products that mingle together very well. So it works well for their business model, but it's just, it unfortunately like alienates a reasonable part of the market.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's just going to be like, you know, really interesting to kind of see what happens. Cobbled deep slate.
Out of all that, did we really only get one cobblestone?
Well, I used it to
get out.
Oh, run! I've just shut the doors behind me, sorry.
It's okay, he's gone. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of cobble so we can get some furnaces. Because...
Oh god, there's another one behind you.
That's alright.
He's running towards you, George.
It'll be fine.
Oh, he's coming towards me. Hi, I'm just gonna go and shut myself in here. Hee. We actually need to, build a furnace so we can start putting some of the stuff to use.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that now. But yeah, there's a lot of like interesting like, topical stuff happening in the industry now. So it's cool to see what's going to happen with all this stuff. Figma is probably, you know, the Figma acquisition is like not as big news right now, but for us it's massive. It's very important to our industry because, you know, those are the two tools that we use every day. Our designers do use every day. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, should we leave it here then?
I think so.
And I feel like we've had a really great day of mining. We've found like the most amazing cavern that has really given us some good treats. And I mean, like, you know, this house, it needs work, but we'll get there.
I think it's nice. Cozy.
Just like fire right in my face.
Yeah,
Lovely.
we sleep right next to the fire. It's perfect.
So safe.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you have any questions for George or I about anything to do with software, tech, the tech industry, anything that's happening in that space, then like please send them through to us through our Instagram and LinkedIn, or just leave them as a comment in our YouTube.
Yep. Absolutely. This guy out of here.
And I will see you next time.